You hear about those missionaries bringing thousands to the truth, and you hope someday you can do the same, 'cause this work was meant for you. And if no one wants to listen, that's not how your journey ends. Just keep moving on and you can't go wrong, like the Savior always said.
Hi, Tony. Every stop. Stays in the car. It's too cold, she reckons. Alright, so we've pulled into this place. Now, they have a name for it, which is Lagoon, something Lagoon. But it's an old billabong. Alright, so if you have a look closely at this map, the Murrumbidgee River used to meander through this area, and the billabong has formed right where this bridge is. And so I think, looking at aerial shots of it, I think this may well be the area that they had the baptism. So if you look down in through, now obviously the billabong has been stagnant for quite a while, so there's a lot of, it doesn't look all that attractive now. But I'm going to take a bit of a walk and see if we can find a particular area. Now Steve has memories of this, so maybe when I show him some footage he may be able to pinpoint some places.
If you bring just one soul unto him, how great will be your joy. If you change just one life, that's all he asks. Even if that life is yours, just one soul, it's all about one soul.
Okay, so I've just walked down to this little bridge area. When I got down here though, it looks like it's a control mechanism for the billabong. So they've got the opening and closing gates at the end here. But it certainly goes back a fair way. So if I'm standing on this bridge area, and if you look all the way through there, the billabong basically spreads out all the way down. And like I said, the water's pretty stagnant, so it just looks like basically a green carpet on top of the water. But I assure you, it is water down there. I hope I got that on camera. But we're going to go for a bit more of a walk. As you can see, there's a track that basically goes all the way down and follows the billabong curve all the way down there.
Just one soul, it's all about one soul. He delights in those who labor to bring the harvest home. If you plant the seeds, then eventually you'll see testimonies grow. The day is almost ending and the work is almost done. When the Savior wins and he comes again, it will be enough. If you bring just one soul unto him, how great will be your joy. If you change just one life, that's all he asks. Even if that life is yours.
come across this structure here. Not sure what it is. It looks like a retaining of some sort of water base. Oh, look who got out of the van. You what? Catching up with one of her daughters. So it was Kira on the phone.
Where do you think it was?
I'm not totally sure, Tony. I'm going to take a bit of video footage and maybe ask Steve. You do me a favour, honey. See one of those big rocks? Can you pick up a big one and throw it into the water there?
What if I hit a fish?
You're not going to hit anything. There's evidence that there's water underneath.
Ready?
Yep. No. Water!
Kids would run on that for sure.
I know. It just looks like such a carpet of green, doesn't it?
What a strange place.
Yeah, I know. And look, they regulate the height of it for some reason.
Hey?
Well, the bridge has opening and closing gates. All right, let's take a walk down this way, huh? It's really interesting, though. Just green.
I wonder what that is.
It's part of the control of the water levels.
Raining on my face.
Oh, is it? That's okay.
If you change just one life for one night, that's all he asks. Even if that life is yours, just one soul, one soul. It's all about one soul. One soul, one soul. It's all about one soul.
How thick that green coverage is. Going across. Quite easily just walk across it, couldn't you?
Not easily, no.
Well, we've walked all the way down, and if this isn't the baptismal site, I think we should just declare it is. Because this is beautiful. It's quite amazing the way in which this billabong's formed. So to get any further, we've got to try and get across this section. It looks like it's got a lot of dams up area. I don't think I'm going to be brave enough.
But I could get a good video. You don't want to wet those shoes though.
I think I'd end up falling.
Could be good.
If I was younger and healthier. Did you show them all through here?
That's ugly.
I think it's
Sure whether it was a table or whether it's some sort of, who knows what it is.
alright. This is nice. I like this.
What's not to like? Look at this, I'll show you. This on that side. But look at this beautiful walkthrough. Very nice. Great place to be baptized.
Well, have a look at that big log. So the little dammed area is going to stop us walking down any further. But it is a beautiful little area.
Before I took my first breath, I could feel his light within, growing brighter as I know him. When I reach out to him, I can feel his love again. It reminds me of his promise that he'll be with me in every hour. He singles out my voice in the crowd. His strength can move the mountains, and his grace can part the seas. He's the king of all creation, and he knows who I could be. In my heart I keep on saying I'm the last thing he would need. But despite my scars and all my flaws, he still chose me. And I can feel his grace when I live my life with faith. He helped me find my purpose, to give my broken heart, to love the way he loved, and follow in his footsteps. And he'll be with me in every hour. He singles out my voice in the crowd. His strength can move the mountains, and his grace can part the seas. He's the king of all creation, and he knows who I could be. In my heart I keep on saying I'm the last thing he would need. But despite my scars and all my flaws, he still chose me. He still chose me. He still chose me, and he still chose me. He still chose me. The winds of change are blowing fast and hard and strong, but you'll make it through, 'cause he'll steady you. The Savior of the world is like a mountain in the storm. The winds may rage, but he stays the same. Though the ground is always shifting and you fall into your knees, in the wreckage you can find him. He is never out of reach. He's the rock that you can stand on when the sand is washed away, and he will never change. When you're lost in all the chaos this world can put you through, keep your eyes on him, and he'll take you in. Even if you're in the whirlwind, he will calm your troubled heart. If you ask him to, he'll take care of you. Though the ground is always shifting and you fall into your knees, in the rain him. He is never out of reach. He's the rock that you can stand on when the sand is washed away, and he will never change. He is the same today and forever, and he will never turn away. Though the ground is always shifting and you fall into your knees, in the wreckage you can find him. He is never out of reach. He's the rock that you can stand on when the sand is washed away, and he will never change. He will never change. You hear a voice inside your soul. It beckons to you. It echoes through you. You're scared to pass through the unknown. Your strength's fading. Your thoughts are racing. But something pulls you forward. There's a light inside you, yearning for more. Step into the dark and don't be afraid. Every star in the heavens is lighting your way. If you feel like you're lost, you're not alone. Just follow his footsteps and he'll lead you home. Your hope is stronger than your fear. It's growing brighter. You're getting stronger. You know now that you can't stay here. Your heart is burning, a prayerful yearning for something in the distance. He will lift you up to where you belong. Step into the dark and don't be afraid. Every star in the heavens is lighting your way. If you feel like you're lost, you're not alone. Just follow his footsteps and he'll lead you home. And with every step he will ease your pain. With every heartbeat you'll feel a change. He's beckoning to you, calling your name. Step into the dark and don't be afraid.
And the first memory I actually believe is mine was of Mum and Dad's baptism, so
Okay.
that's 59.
Yeah.
So the twins have been born.
Yeah. The most important part at Leeton was the arrival of the missionaries.
Yep.
But that coincided with Cindy and Bridget's
That's correct.
birth. So I know they had to wait until the twins were born.
Yeah, the doctor required that of them. That was not what Mum and Dad wanted.
Okay.
They wanted to get baptised straight away. Yeah.
So Mum felt okay.
Yep, but the doctor wouldn't allow
Wouldn't
it.
allow it.
Yeah.
Do you have any memories of the missionaries themselves?
I must, because Elder Bagley
Yeah.
was one of them, and I can remember meeting him in Nauvoo Temple. He was a temple missionary.
Right, yeah.
So I went to the Nauvoo Temple just after it opened,
Yeah.
and he was serving there, and I recognised his face.
Wow.
So,
That's cool.
and then I saw the name,
Yeah.
and he was at the desk,
Yeah.
and as when I showed my recommend,
He
he connected it all together.
That's cool to hear, mate.
Yeah. So yes, yes,
Of
but
the-
whether that was from photos
Yes. Yeah.
or
I do that all the time.
yeah,
And now he was transferred in just
Yes.
before
the baptism. That's right.
So there was I forgot the name of the other two guys.
Noise and Hemingway.
Hemingway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Noise left.
Yeah.
Bagley came in.
Yeah.
So now over the last few days, you and I have
Trying to find.
so this bend in the Murrumbidgee River,
Yeah.
and so we spent a lot of time over the footage I shot,
Yeah.
over Google. But you talked about some memories that I thought was really interesting. So
Yeah.
just tell me.
So,
What do you
well,
remember?
you know, what I believe I remember was a sandy bank, you know, the bend in the river. The river had, Mum and Dad had to go a fair way to the other side to get deep enough, so there wasn't very much water in the river. And now that I look back, that was the start of the irrigation systems around the area, so that would
Taking
make sense.
water.
Yeah. I do believe I remember sitting on a stump
Yeah.
to receive a name and a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see Mum and Dad in the water, and I can see the stump, but that's about it.
That is so cool though.
Yeah.
To be able to have that as a memory.
Yeah.
I grew up with that story being regurgitated,
Oh, yeah.
regurgitated,
We talk about it all the time.
and the role and roles. Dad's different roles. There was even a video production of a mission president using that as an example to his missionaries about the change you can have by just one convert. But when we looked at that bend in the Murrumbidgee River, like the story that Dad used to tell about the missionary trying to clear away debris and things in the river and get carried away and start swimming around and stuff. It would, if there is sand, it would have had to have been like walking to the other side of the bank
Almost, yeah.
to be able to get deep enough.
Yeah.
So, but that's a bit of research we might do down the track as we go.
Yeah, as we talked about it, you know, there are other memories of walking into
Yeah.
that, I believe, that spot for other baptisms, but I just don't know if it is or it isn't. Yeah.
So hard when you deal with memories
Oh, yeah.
and try and separate what you actually do know and what you've been told. And
That's it.
photos are a big one for me all the time.